if you watch my last video, this will make sense to you. This is what I mean. Like, he's literally like, I will sit in between your legs. I think he just wants my food because I'm about to have a Scotch egg. Anyway, what a monkey. We've been to Knightswood. Nico was actually really super. He just doesn't care. Like, he's just really brave about all of it. Popped some trot poles down for a couple of jumps. There were a couple that were quite small anyway, so we left those and we put the others down because the ones that were big were like 90, 100. So we're not ready for that yet. So we put the big ones down to small ones, did a couple of trot poles as well. Obviously warmed up and then popped them over the trot poles and then worked up to the teeny tiny cross poles, and he was going really, really well, so I thought I'll get off and I will do some slightly bigger cross poles, maybe some straight poles, and he popped over all of those as well. Like, towards the end he was getting a bit tired, so we did call it a day then. It wasn't the tidiest of jumping. My mindset with it is to just make it a nice experience. So obviously he's still very new to jumping, so I wasn't bothered about my canter leads after the jumps. If he got the right one, then great. I wanted to make sure that when he jumped there was no chance of me jabbing him in the mouth, so there was a lot of slipping the reins if I thought that might have happened. So I'd rather slip the reins and lose my brakes, if you like, than jab him in the mouth. So that happened a couple of times. But overall, he was super. He didn't really look at anything. Like, there was one more of a rider frightener, black sort of pole, big, you'll see it in the video, which I did walk him over at first, but he didn't care. I have jumped him over that in hand once before, so he is used to it. But yeah, I think he really loves his jumping, and I don't think he even knocked a pole, which I always think quite impressive when they're little poles, because sometimes they can't be able to trick up their feet. So yeah, very, very happy with him. He was absolutely super. Enjoyed it as well. It was nice to get out and do something a bit different. So yeah, all in all, a very good day. Ben forgot to press play on the video recording, so I'm hoping that Holly, who we went with, Holly and Wilf, the Connemara, she has got one of those fancy pivots, so I'm hoping she might have managed to get some snaps. And obviously I can't really talk because I've made so many wrong words and so many like blubbers in this 2 minutes of content that I am going to stop here and eat my Scotch egg for lunch because I've not eaten anything today. So here we are at Knightswood with Holly and Wilf. Me and Nico have had a lesson prior to this last week, which I have not vlogged because it was with an instructor, and I haven't asked her, so I'm not going to vlog her. But basically we are working quite hard on our bending at the moment. He is a lot more supple on the right rein than he is on the left rein, and that is quite reflective when we canter because we are struggling to pick up the left canter lead. As I said before in a previous vlog, I have a bit of a problem with my hip as well, which is also on the left side, so I'd imagine that's not helping either. But we are working on it, so we are doing lots of things like leg yielding, spiralling, in and out of circles, shoulder ins, that sort of thing. Little bit spicy here over that first pole, but that was the only real instance of it. He's quite collected and kind of knows where to put his feet when he's coming into a pole and leaving a pole, but sometimes going over the pole he gets his legs in a bit of a pickle, but that's fine, it'll come in time, not worried. Anyway, he must like kind of learn to do like a targeted sort of like warm up, I guess, when I come to arena hires, because I just kind of get caught up in the poles. And what I should be doing is making use of the arena hire and doing those leg yields and shoulder ins and spiral circles. I did do a couple of leg yields, to be fair, but I probably should have made more use of the arena hire and doing those things, but I'll take that one away and hopefully learn from it. Anyway, he was a little bit spicy to start with. He did spook at the floodlights, which he does tend to do when we go here, but he settled in really, really nicely, and he didn't actually buck today. I thought he might be a bit bucky, but he was very, very good. I actually think that doing the pole work helped with the left canter lead, because I think he liked that he was doing pole work, something a bit different, and it felt like he naturally went onto the left canter lead sometimes, so I think that was quite useful.
We were young, chasing dreams, didn't know what life would mean. Running wild, hearts full of fire, the world was ours, we reached higher. Every laugh, every tear, we held on through every fear. The roads we took, the nights we danced, in every moment we took a chance. Now I see it clear through the highs and lows. Every step we took, every place we go, you were always there, like the stars that shine, a constant friend through the test of time. Through the years we've been side by side, we've walked the miles, we've crossed the lines. No matter where life leads us, we'll be fine, 'cause you'll always be a friend of mine. Through the storms, through the endless night, we've held each other, we fought the fight. No matter what the future leaves behind, you'll always be a friend of mine. You'll always be a friend of mine. Remember when the world was new, we didn't have a single clue, but we believed and we pretend that we would never see the end. Now we stand older, wise, with the same spark in our eyes. No regrets, we've come so far. You're still my light, my northern star. Now I see it clear through the highs and lows. Every step we took, every place we go, you were always there, like the stars that shine, a constant friend through the test of time. Through the years we've been side by side, we've walked the miles, we've crossed the lines. No matter where life leads us, we'll be fine, 'cause you'll always be a friend of mine. Through the storms, through the endless night, we've held each other, we fought the fight. No matter what the future leaves behind, you'll always be a friend of mine. Time may change us, roads may part, but you're forever in my heart. Through it all we found our way, and I know we'll be okay. Through the years we've been side by side, we've walked the miles, we've crossed the lines. No matter where life leads us, we'll be fine, 'cause you'll always be a friend of mine. Through the storms, through the endless night, we've held each other, we fought the fight. No matter what the future leaves behind, you'll always be a friend of mine. Through the years we've been side by side, we've walked the miles, we've crossed the lines. No matter where life leads us, we'll be fine, 'cause you'll always be a friend of mine. Through the storms, through the endless night, we've held each other, we fought the fight. No matter what the future leaves behind.
So after we had been around all of the poles on the floor and the teeny tiny cross poles, I thought, going nicely. So let's put these up a teeny tiny little bit. I mean, when I say putting them up, they went up very small fractions. I think I said I was going to put them up to straight poles, but they were not straight poles. So my trusty groom and not so trusty videographer, my lovely other half Ben, walked Nico around while I put the poles up. We must remember that he is used to showing cows. Anyway, once we put the poles back up, I popped back on. Then we had to wait for a rather large dumping lorry. I don't really know what the deal is, but sometimes there are dumping lorries there, and I was like, I don't want to start going if that lorry is going to dump. You could just see the white ones in the background. So we waited a little while before we got going. But it wasn't, like I say, a little while, it was literally like a minute or two, and he turned his engine off, so I was like, that's safe to go. So the jump that nobody got me jumping is this green one here, so that is our biggest ever jump, and that was the biggest one in the arena. Everything else was more of the height of this blue one here. But yeah, he was good as gold, popped over everything. I did feel that he was tiring towards the end, so I think we kind of had the perfect amount of time in terms of the arena hire. It was about, well, we booked it for half an hour, but there was no one in it before, so we probably were in there about 5 minutes extra. So it's obviously new to him. He's not jumping fit, so I think it was just the perfect amount of time for him. Yeah, so chuffed about him, bless him. He's such a good little boy. Nothing really fazed him. He didn't really look at anything. We did pull some fillers in a little bit. He just doesn't care, to be honest. He's quite brave in that regard and hasn't shown any stubbornness yet with jumping.
I'd rather slip the reins than... You're not doing very well today, are you? You told Tim I was picking up the train at the wrong time. Then you didn't press record.
I failed to send Will some kind of code as well.
Good boy.
I'm going to run through a show.
So Nico has got quite a busy weekend because obviously we did the pole work and we're going out for another hack with Lucy and Uncle Theo Poppins. We're just going to the Ford and back. She's coming and picking me up, which is very nice for her because it makes her ride very, very long, but we do have quite a busy road to cross, so I think Nico does need that support with that from another horse. But yeah, that should be good fun for him, and I want to get him into the swing of getting used to doing like 2 things on a weekend, so I can make the most of the weekends, and then he can have obviously a couple of days off following that during the week when I'm working. So that is the plan. He might be a bit exhausted, bless him, but hopefully it will all go to plan and he'll enjoy himself. So an absolute classic Sarah and Lucy ride. Theo has lost his title as being Uncle Theo Poppins after he did a little like bucking episode and Nico feared for his life and shot forward. This video of the water, it did take us about 20 minutes to get to this point. He was being very stubborn, but he was very good and he did go in it in the end. So we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which Lucy's really good for because she does make you do stuff. Like if I'd done that on my own, I would have got him through and then been like, okay, we'll go home now. But she did make me do it a few times. We did have a bit of a Bambi moment where a car went past and it created a bit of a wave. So Nico like proper Bambied. And I think he slightly pulled off a hoof boot because we did then lose a hoof boot when we were trotting up the hill and we had to turn around and go back and get it. So longest ride to date at 4.3 miles. So that's it, over and out for now. Please hit subscribe and like below if you do like our content. And yeah, give us a comment if you have got any hints or tips on doing introduction to jumping, pole work, bending, flat work, anything. Comment below. Anyway, bye.